Alright guys, so I ended up picking up this 2017 Dodge Ram. I'm going to be doing a couple of updates on it. I have just the regular remote, like this one, and as you can see, it does not have auto start. So I went onto Amazon, I did a ton of research. This is a remote start kit that you put in here, so you don't need a different remote. You can program it so that you hit the lock button, I think maybe like 3 times, and it'll warm up the glow plugs and it'll start, and you can set it for how long you want to run it, either 10 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. On these diesels, it's best to let them run a little bit longer than the 10-minute start time, but this is a Start X. I got this off of Amazon. I'll see if I can put a link in the description. The installation doesn't look too hard. I just got to get under here, remove a couple bolts. I got to undo some of the connectors. All the directions and stuff are actually on YouTube, and I've been watching a few of those. So I'm gonna rate this on a scale from 1 to 10 on how difficult I think this installation is on getting this Start X remote start kit put into my Ram. It's a 2017. Here we go. So the first step was to take out the 2 bolts that are connected on the bottom here. It's got these tabs on here. A little tricky to pull out. We pull that up, and then here is the box. And it's got, this one is gonna go to the wiring harness. This is the USB that connects to your computer so that you can program it. This one goes to your OBD2 connector. So I'm gonna be taking this one, replacing the OBD right here. Gotta pull the tabs and add this one onto here, and this right here inside of the box comes in it. This is the actual module itself. So plug this into here. That plugs in from the key wiring right here. Does not look too hard at all. So my biggest thing, I just hope that I can get it to work. And if it does, that'd be awesome. There's a lot of good reviews with this one on here. So here we go. All right, so got the OBD2 out of here. These little tabs, they're actually a little tricky to push in. You think you're pushing them in enough, but you're not. This next connector comes out of the back of the key. Here's the OBD2 that I'm putting on there. There's just a male and a female end of that. And then this is the connector that goes back in here. It connects on this guy, and then this end goes inside behind the key. All right, so I got the new harness. These colored wires are part of the new harness. You can see it's all nicely tied together. So I plugged it in. This old connector went into here. So this is all new harness. Just comes down, and you have a few connectors. Blue goes to blue, white goes into the only white one, and then black is the power on the back. And then you have one last, oops, trying to follow it with my camera here. Then you got one last little tabby. That OBD2 that you just put in has its own connector. So I'm gonna hook these 2 together. This has literally taken me about 6 minutes to get this far. So not too difficult. Let's see if we can get her to work. Okay. So I just went through the installation process. Had to open the door, close the door, put the key in, and this light is supposed to be a solid green. It was a solid green. Thankfully, I've seen some videos where it wasn't. It told me to start the truck. It turned to a solid red, which is a bonus. I turned off the truck. It flashed green. And then I started the truck again. It went back to red. So the next step, since all of those steps were complete, now I got to go to their website, take this USB, plug it into the back of this guy, go get it programmed, bring it back in, and see if I can get the remote start to work. So stay tuned. Here sitting at my computer, I am not able to scan this QR code inside, so I had to do a little bit of digging. I went to just the Ram, their Start RX website, and now it's making me go to WebLink Updater. So I'm gonna go in here. I think I gotta create an account. I'm just watching a video that's on their website as I do this. All right, so I was able to get the device connected to my Mac, so I had to open up my kid's computer and it connected to it right away. And now I'm just going through some of the presets on here. Gotta hit the lock button 3 times. How many minutes? Do I want it to stay armed, disarmed, all that stuff. Got quite a bit of options in here. Most of it I'm just gonna keep as is. And I'm gonna go through the disconnecting, connect it back to the truck. All right, so getting back out to the truck, I'm gonna plug this guy back in. Let's see here if I can get you a little situated. You're not hardly gonna be able to see, but I mean, it's easy. So white cable to white insert. Only one it fits in. The blue to blue. On the other side, we got the power. Okay, there we go. I don't know. I got the key in my pocket. Is that gonna work? Okay, ready? All right, well, it didn't work yet. Maybe I gotta start it first. All right, so I just had to go through programming. I had to put the key in, wait for the box to turn green. It did not start on the first try. You do have to put the key in, turn the truck on, turn it off. The light turned green, and this is the first attempt. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. It worked! I got remote start. I did need a new remote. $100 for that thing. 2017. That is sweet. Awesome. Make sure you go pick one up. I'll put a link or something in here. That is super satisfying. So on a scale from 1 to 10, that is literally like a 3. It was super easy. The most complex part was just getting into the computer. It took a little while to load the programming and all of that stuff, but holy cow, it works. So I'm gonna let it sit here and run. I'm gonna do the whole cycle of 15 minutes. My next project is, I do not have Apple CarPlay in this truck. So I went on Amazon and got a different stereo. It's the same exact radio, the same configuration, but it does have Apple CarPlay. So that's going to be the next truck project. I'll give you some links to that one. Let's make it happen. That is sweet. Talk about super duper satisfying. The cold mornings here in Colorado and just being out hunting and stuff, just let this thing warm up before we have to come out here is awesome. So I am super stoked about that. I got zip ties, gonna go ahead and zip tie all that up, make it look nice and pretty, put the screws back in, and we're golden. See you guys.